gentlemen, it's been a fantastic season so far for both of these schools, and in order for this season to continue, we need to do our part and follow the governor's orders and be masked up at all times unless you're eating or drinking. Please be social distancing from other family groups, and if you need to use the restroom, the ladies' restroom is on the home side south end near the pool building. The gentlemen's restroom is on the home side north end by the flag.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your CVC TV Game of the Week presented by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Tonight, the Perry Pirates travel to Spire Institute to take on the Eagles of Geneva High School. Good evening, everyone, and welcome on into a beautiful press box here at Spire Institute. I am Kevin Arnold. Alongside me in just a few moments, my broadcast brother, Nick Paulus, as we are getting set to kick this one away and get things going here. Geneva coming in at 5-0, looking to go 6-0 and start 6-0 for the first time in over 25 years. And they are 4-0 in CVC play, while the Perry Pirates come in at 4-1, 4-0 as well in CVC play, as Geneva will take this kickoff up the right-hand sideline, and a good return by Dylan Hamilton coming up the right-hand side across the 35 out to the 38-yard line, and that is where Ben Scabona and this Geneva Eagles offensive attack will get going. Paulus, welcome on in to Spire Institute. I know this is your first time here.
It is.
As we get this game underway, what are you looking for in this matchup tonight?
I really can't wait to see Charlie Taylor run the ball. I mean, as well as Ben Scabona. I mean, they've been a two-man wrecking crew so far this year. So I really can't wait to see this rushing attack.
Two teams that are going to run the football. And, you know, it's kind of been a change of pace on these CVC TV games of the week, and there goes Charlie Taylor down the left sideline, inside the 20-yard line, down across Dragon defenders, close to the 10-yard line, and already that rushing attack finds a big hole. That offensive line has been playing well all season long, and Charlie Taylor takes the ball all the way to the 12-yard line of Perry, and they get off to a hot start.
Yeah, just a fantastic run, just straight up the middle. I mean, he did not leave anything back there. Just a great overall run by Charlie.
As Scabona will go under center, he'll hand off to Charlie Taylor again, just dragging that pile, and close to another first down inside the 5, as they had marked that back at the 13-yard line, so it looks like he may have just enough or just short of a first down. And there is the signal from the referee on the far side, and it is first and goal at the Perry Pirate 4-yard line is where they will have this one marked.
I mean, you don't see running backs 6'3", 250 pounds. You just don't see that.
Looks like a fullback out there. And this end around will come to Dylan Hamilton, and he gets stopped just shy of the goal line, and a flag comes in late here on the near side as we are up top above Spire Institute tonight.
Yeah, and just a great end around with Dylan Hamilton, coming right across the side. Looks like sideline encroachment or sideline warning.
Yeah, so sideline infraction for Geneva, and looks like that'll just be a warning. They still have that ball spotted at the 1-yard line. So second down and goal, 1 yard to get, and quickly already a scoring opportunity for the home team here tonight. Scabona will hand off to Charlie Taylor, and in for the touchdown. He goes for the 1-yard plunge as they had some misdirection in the backfield, but they hand it off to number 35, and he gets his 10th rushing touchdown on the season, and they go up 6-0 on their opening drive.
It was a great jet sweep sort of look that they had to it, but I mean, perfect wording for it. Plunged right into the end zone. Great overall drive there for the Eagles.
So coming in to attempt the extra point will be Ethan Yost, who is 23 of 24 on extra point attempts. Out of the hold of number 23, Clayton Queen will spot this football down for Yost. Ball down, kick up on its way, end over end, and good. So with 10:40 to go in the opening quarter here in what hopes to be a big matchup back and forth between these two rushing attacks, Geneva strikes first, 7-0 over Perry.
Yeah, I mean, that was super quick. Just a minute 20 off the clock. Fantastic drive there for the Eagles. Once again, just gave it to Charlie Taylor pretty much the entire way down the field. I mean, he has well over 600 yards on the season now, and just like you said, 10 touchdowns on the year now as well. His average was 7.1, but you think that he's probably going to be up a little higher than that, probably closer to 8 or 9 now.
And as we get set for Geneva to kick off here, and like we said, this is going to be a big matchup. Geneva trying to beat Perry, be one of the first teams to beat Perry in CVC play in a long time. The last team to beat Perry was back in 2015. West Geauga, who we did see in the opening game for CVC TV this year, back in 2015, as they are going to kick away from the speedsters Jaden and Jalen Anderson, as we saw just 2 weeks ago as Perry got that win over Chagrin Falls 31-21. Jaden had taken that opening kickoff 95 yards. You have to believe that that highlight was still on Geneva's special teams film that they watched this week.
100%. Oh, absolutely. Jaden took that straight to the house. I mean, he ran 100 yards within 10 seconds. I mean, he was fantastically fast. Jalen Anderson held the rock most of the game, and I mean had well over 150 yards that game. Fantastic all the way through. Can't wait to see him tonight.
So different start to this game than the last time we saw Perry. Caldwell does come in and hand off to Jalen Anderson, and he is just bullying his way across midfield, and he will get a first down, a gain of 12, and already into Geneva territory. It's going to be run, run, run all night long.
Spin, 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 more like it. I mean, it looked like a washing machine out there. So fantastic all the way through. Can't wait to see what all happens.
So again, Caldwell under center. Last time we saw Jalen just taking the direct snaps the whole time. This time Caldwell looking to pass, dangerous pass into triple coverage, looking for Jaden Anderson that time. And ball falls to the turf. A couple of Eagles had a chance at intercepting that football.
Yeah, for Caldwell, I mean, it's a one route, sort of system there for him. They don't throw a lot on the year there for him, for the Pirates. So, I mean, they are primarily a rushing sort of attack. So you might as well just stick with the game plan, try and take off as much time as possible and get down to the end zone, as quick as possible with that running game.
So Geneva up 7-0 early here at home, looking to stay undefeated. Caldwell will pitch this one out to Jalen Anderson up the left-hand side, inside the 40-yard line. Gets knocked out of bounds at the Eagle 39-yard line. So on second down and 10, able to gain 8, and it'll bring up a third down and short.
Yeah, great toss motion off to the left side of the line. Had a couple of great blockers, and Jalen did what he does best, is just run that rock.
And they're coming out in more of kind of doing what the Eagles are doing, going back under center, this traditional I formation, and handing off to Aiden Leftlock, the fullback, that time, and gets stopped short. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short of this first down at the 38.
Yeah, at this point in time, I mean, you're on their side of the field. You might as well go for it. I mean, it's so early in the game, but yeah, I wasn't sure if they were planning on taking a timeout or not, but I mean, it's 1 yard. You have Jalen Anderson. I mean, he's one of the best out there, so you might as well give him the rock, see what he can do with it.
And just looking across the field at those sticks and where the ball is spotted, about 6 inches. So 4th and inches here for Perry, back in that I formation. And they will hand off to Leftlock, who's going to try to push the pile. And he's still on his feet inside the 30. Flag comes in late. May have had a face mask on that tackle as well. And Leftlock was just trying to get a yard and found himself in some open grass.
Yeah, Aiden Leftlock, I mean, opened up he thought he was diving to get 1 yard, ended up getting closer to 8 or 9 on that one.
Leftlock comes in with 40 rushing attempts on the season, only 141 yards and 28 yards per game. but does have 2 touchdowns on the season.
He gets them when it matters.
Yes, yes, he does. And there was a face mask penalty on there, so add on 15 yards to the end of that run. And as the referee marks this one off, throws that orange beanbag down to the ground to let the center know where to spot the football. Perry finds himself first down and 10 at the Eagle 14 inside that red zone already, 8:45 to go.
Yeah, super early in the game right now, but both teams are doing great running the ball.
And coming around the end there, good jet sweep motion there by Perry and a good open field tackle, or else he may have found the end zone. Javin Richards getting that end around carry there. Gain of 8, second down and 2.
Yeah, great sweep just right across the right-hand side. Picked up 7 yards on that play, so they only got 7 to go, so you might as well give them the rock again.
So Caldwell will take this snap, rolling to his left, looking for left lock, but leads him too far out of bounds, and that one falls incomplete, so it'll bring up a third down. Kind of an interesting play call there, but you have 2 downs to get it still, and they already gone for it once on 4th down, so taking a shot there through the air.
At this point in time, I mean, you've already seen what they can do, going out to the left side and, trying. I mean, that's their bread and butter right there, is just trying to go off that left-hand side of that line. They got some big boys on that line, so you might as well just follow the hog mollies.
Caldwell back under center and some movement along the line. Looks like we have a flag coming in here, and a false start will back the Pirates up 5 yards. So this 3rd down and 2 play will turn into a 3rd down and 7. So now, kind of throwing that pass on that last down there now, and that penalty, now you're kind of putting yourself out of range of what you had those play calls coming into the quarterback for.
Those are unacceptable penalties at that point in time. You are so close to the goal line. You can taste it, so you definitely don't want to have any sort of penalties happen at any point in time in the game, but those are the ones that kill you at the end of the game.
As the Eagles defense comes out, all defenders stacked in that box. Offset eye for the Pirates, and they're going to have an end around double reverse, and out in front Jacob Caldwell with a blocking in front for his quarterback, and going into the end zone for the Pirates on the misdirection. That will be Brandon Mason, the wide receiver, with the rushing touchdown, 11 yards, scamper to the end zone, and Perry is within an extra point of tying this one up at 7:30 to go in the first quarter.
And he wouldn't have had that without that pancake block by Evan Foro. That fantastic hit right around the 15-yard line. He definitely wouldn't have been anywhere near the end zone, let alone the first down marker.
And Calvin Rowan will come in for his extra point, and he stays perfect on the season, 22 for 22. And early in this football game, as we said, 7:30 to go, opening quarter, and already 7-7 between these two CVC teams. And you are watching CVC TV all along the CVC TV network. And, of course, we can't get these broadcasts off without thanking our presenting sponsor, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Their doctors, Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, Jill Weber, and Jacqueline Tomsick. And, of course, they do specialize in include dental surgery, implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. That is www.ohsurgery.com. Thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference, CVC TV, and, of course, all of these student athletes and all of those who are watching tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know you guys have heard so much about our presenting sponsor this year. We can't thank them enough, being able to bring these live streams of high school football under the Friday night lights here this season. And Rowan will kick this one away. And, again, that'll be Dylan Hamilton trying to bring it up from the right over across the middle, and he has some room. And a good tackle there across the field by Javin Richards, or else Hamilton was off to the races.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt. Hamilton had a fantastic, kick return there for him, setting them up right around the 39-yard line for them. So just, about 61 yards to go.
So this Eagles offense will come back out on the field. And I was going to ask you before the game started, I know we had, little bit of time there as they had their homecoming festivities. I was going to ask you if either team would be deterred by that, being in their locker rooms for so long, and yet it doesn't look like it. Both teams are well prepared for this football game.
Brady Pete on the carry.
Brady Pete will get this carry across the 45, marked down right at the 45-yard line of the Eagles, and gains 6 yards there, 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, great run there for them. I mean, the offensive line for both of these teams have played beyond exceptional so far this year. That's the reason why this is the game of the week here for us.
And just reading some preview articles, of course, of our buddy and friend over at the News Herald, John Kampf. Both coaches definitely praised, and a flag comes in here on this tackle as well, and early indication is a face mask. As I was saying, John Kampf of the News Herald doing the preview capsules all season long and helping out with the CVC TV Spotlight show that just aired premiered this past Tuesday. Thanks to Steve Hare for that show, and a great job there, and John Kampf joining him. Both coaches, Chip Sorber of Geneva and Matt Rosati of Perry, both praise these offensive lines.
Yeah, and as well they should. I mean, the reason that you can have success for an offense, everyone thinks, it's the quarterbacks, it's the running backs. No, it's the big guys up front. And, typically they're some of the smartest people out there on the field. And you have to know every single play out there, pass, run. I mean, whatever trick plays that they have, they are the smart ones out there.
So after a long penalty there by Geneva, brings up a 2nd down and 18. And this time, Taylor goes nowhere and may have lost a half a yard there, back inside the 31-yard line, kind of at that 30.5-yard line. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 19 for this Eagles offense, who had so much success on that opening drive.
That was a great tackle by Jaden Anderson there for him, just coming off the left side and, just blowing up the play right there in the backfield.
So 3rd down and long for the Eagles. And ball spotted right at their 30-yard line, 5:50 to go in the first quarter. Both teams tied at 7. Back to pass is Scabona. Finds an open receiver, and a good pitch and catch there, but won't be enough for the first down as Perry was playing, keeping everything in front, but did get across the 40-yard line, back over the original line of scrimmage, and gets out to the 41. So is a 4th down and 8. As the interesting call here for Geneva. Perry's already gone for it once on 4th down and got it, but that was a 4th and 1. This is a 4th and 8 in your own territory early in this football game.
Yeah, and that was a great throw by Scabona. I'm actually pretty surprised here. No, they're in punt formation there for us. So, that is the absolute right call to do.
As Charlie Taylor, not only their running back, and that ball gets blocked. Good hands coming through there. Looked like Javin Richards again making a big special teams play for Perry, and they take over and inside Eagles territory. Ball down at the 44-yard line of the Eagles, and just after coming off the field scoring that opening touchdown, Perry gaining that early momentum.
Yeah, Javin Richards, just coming all over the field right now. He's doing a great job out there. Great punt block on there, and then whenever they were on offense, had that jet sweep motion as well. So, you definitely take a look out for him all game.
He's just about to give Charlie Taylor a little bit of credit there. Of course, Mr. Do-It-All for them. They're running back, they're fullback,
right,
but also kickoffs and punting duty here tonight. And Caldwell will again hand off to Jalen Anderson, and he is breaking tackles. Spin move again inside the 20, down the left-hand sideline, 10, 5, inside that near pylon, and Jalen Anderson with a heck of a run, but there is a flag back on the 30-yard line. This one might be coming back.
Yeah, unfortunately, I believe it's going to be a hold there for the Perry Pirates. However, that was an unbelievable run by Jalen Anderson.
You can see why the Big 12 and West Virginia recruited him, and he is committed to West Virginia to go there next season. But a hold on Perry, maybe one you didn't even need to do, will bring this ball back. And a loss of 10 on that play. It looks like it's going to be marked off from the spot of the foul. So it will be at the 40-yard line. So it'll be a 1st down and 6 as the indication is on the down marker there.
Yeah, so first down and 6 there for him. I mean, once again, you're looking at going with Jalen again. Don't forget, Jacob Caldwell, can move as well. So you definitely want to keep in mind for him, and then look out for Jaden Anderson as well.
And Caldwell will be in the shotgun by himself. Richards coming across on the jet sweep across the 40 and stopped just shy of the 35-yard line. Gain of 4 on that play, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 2. So a little bit, Perry trying to show a little bit more of the playbook as this game starts to open up.
Yeah, I kind of figured this the Perry and Geneva football teams more of like a boxing match. You and I have talked about this before on previous games there for them, but they're sort of feeling each other out right now. What can they get away with? What can't they do right now? And then the second half of the game is going to be special.
Hayden Leftlock will get this short yardage carry. Ball comes out, but they do mark him down. Referees come in and signal that the knee was down as that ball had squirted loose just at the end of the play. But Leftlock gets another first down, just blowing his way from that fullback position over right guard and gets into the 30-yard line of the Eagles, and those chains move once again.
Yeah, and as of right now that you're at the 30, once again, you're still outside of the red zone technically, but you're so close that you can taste it. And, with only about 4 minutes left on the game clock, you got plenty of time, so take your time if you are the Perry Pirates and just give it to your main guy, Jalen.
Yep, the pitch comes back out to Jalen Anderson again, and he has got it in spin cycle tonight. He is hitting, is that the B button or whatever?
Spin move, right.
Yeah, hitting that spin move each time, and flags come in late here.
Yeah, that was super late. So it looks like it might have flags on both teams, maybe for unsportsmanlike conduct. It was after the play there for him, way after the play. So definitely you could see it happening for both teams. So maybe discount, both penalties there for him.
And it looked like the Geneva quarterback, who also does play on their defensive line and does have Ben Scabona actually has 3.5 tackles for a loss on the season. So again, another one of these quarterbacks, we've seen it.
Mr. Everything.
Yeah, we've kind of seen it throughout these CVC TV matchups that we've had as the referees break out of their conversation huddle there. And we'll get the official call here from the head referee. Personal foul on the offense.
And this is one of those moments where I was telling you before, down at the goal line for Geneva, that was the unacceptable penalty right there. 2 penalties, within this drive that have, you've already, nixed out that touchdown run that Jalen had earlier. Now you're backed up. Now you're first in, 20 right now? First and 21? You're at a ridiculous pace right now.
And that down will actually count after that run by Jalen. So they'll bring up 2nd down and 22. So loss on the play of 15 yards after the play was over. And we saw on this near sideline, Coach Sorber of Geneva was getting on his guys because he thought they may have been in on it. And he probably preached all week long to play smart and don't make any of those dumb mistakes after the play. This pitch comes out to Leftlock, and he is just dragging defenders himself. So he's showing a little bit of speed out there in open space. Been their short yardage back so far tonight, but he gets down inside the 25-yard line. So a lot of that penalty yardage back and then some. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 after a 2nd down and 22. Gain of 18.
Yeah, just a great pitching catch, basically, is what it looked like out there. Leftlock went all the way out there. Gained almost 20 yards. So great play to get all of that yardage back and then some.
So now that playbook starts to open up even more for Coach Rosati and those Pirates on the far sideline. Caldwell will hand off to Jalen Anderson, picking his way, still on his feet. As the referees come across, he does get inside the 20. And looks like it'll be just enough for a first down. Gain of 4 on the play. Actually, a gain of 5. They'll mark it at that 19-yard line. So 2:30 to go. Both teams tied at 7, but Pirates on the move.
Yeah, Jalen didn't, he never gets you exactly what you need. He gets you way more, So, only the 1 extra yard right there. But, those are the type of yardage plays that you are going to love, especially later in the game, because these offensive lines, once again, they are going to bust out and just knock everyone out right here.
Caldwell will fake the handoff, rolling out to his right. He's got a man open and taking his eyes off the football. Mateo Aguirre Shaw, the wide receiver there, the senior 6 foot, 170-pound senior. And he was looking end zone before he had secured that catch.
He absolutely was. He didn't look the ball into his hands like you're supposed to if you're a wide receiver. He clearly was going to get that first down and more, maybe even the touchdown. It's unfortunate that he wasn't able to bring that in, but it's a learning game there for him, so I guarantee you he won't do it again.
Yeah, we say seniors or freshmen or whatever class they're in, but they are still young student athletes, still learning the game, still learning in and out of the classroom. This time, Javin Richards will come around the end again on that jet sweep motion, cut it up inside, gets close to the 10-yard line, marked just shy back at the 12-yard line. So a good pickup there on second down. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, right now, the combination between Javin Richards, Jalen Anderson, they are leading this team right now, just straight down the field. About a minute 30 left here in this quarter. They're just going to keep pounding the rock, which is exactly how their offense is built. So, you don't want to take anything away from what they're doing. They're doing a great job, and they've been doing it all year.
Ball spotted at the, looks like it's back at the 12-yard line. 3rd down and 3. Jalen looking for a hole, and a great job there by the defensive front by the Eagles to kind of hem him into that pocket area there almost and not allow him to get into that spin cycle. And he actually loses a yard. And in on that tackle looked like that quarterback and defensive lineman Ben Scabona, along with looked like Matt Grzinski as well in on that tackle.
Yeah, that was a weird sort of play. It looked almost like it was like a play action, and then he still ended up having the ball. That's one of those plays where he's going to learn he just needs to bust through the line and try and get as many yards as possible. That was 3rd down. It's 4th now.
This time Caldwell will pitch it out to Anderson on the edge, and he's got a lane, and he will go untouched into the end zone for the touchdown, the 13-yard score for Jalen Anderson, and that will bring his total to 9 rushing touchdowns on the season. He also has one catching it through the air this season, but from 13 yards out, Jalen Anderson strikes once again. 26 seconds left, and Calvin Rowan will come in to try and tack on the extra point, already leading 13-7.
Jalen basically just told me, you know what, I don't need to go up through a hole. Let me just take this out to the side.
As a bad snap comes in, Caldwell, the holder, looking to throw in the end zone now, and he will be almost intercepted. That ball falls harmlessly to the turf, but a long snap that just kept skidding across the turf as if trying to skip a rock across the lake, more so than
right.
snapping that football back. So that extra point try goes awry, but Perry still leads 13-7 in the opening quarter.
Yeah, and once again, Jalen Anderson just phenomenal on that drive there for him. He had a touchdown, very first carry, and then got backed up and then backed up and backed up. Eventually, finally got it in on a toss play on 4th down. So great job by the Perry Pirates. Offensive line as well as Jalen to get that score in there. Unfortunate for that point after, but you know that both these teams can go for 2 at any point in time and most likely get it because of how dominant they are up the middle with that offensive line front.
And interestingly enough, that is the I'm not sure if that'll go down on for his stats, but that could be Calvin Rowan's first missed opportunity and an extra point this season. He was perfect coming in, and he will kick this one away and just skip it across the turf. This time it'll go into the hands of Wyatt Fuderick. Fuderick will bring it across the 30-yard line, and that's where he gets marked down there. So keeping that ball away from Hamilton after 2 good opening kickoffs here in the first quarter, and Fuderick will get a chance there, and they'll be still set up in pretty decent position on this possession.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, we're probably looking at another Charlie Taylor, Ben Scabota sort of drive here for them. Just 19 seconds left, so you figure you're going to get 1, maybe 2 plays out. If they intend on passing, which I highly doubt they're going to do. Probably give to Charlie, see what you can get on this play.
Scabona under center. will hand off here on an end around, and Jaden Anderson coming in to get that tackle for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on the play of 3 back to the 27-yard line. And this Perry Pirate defense is starting to show their might as well.
Yeah, Brady Pete on an end around just didn't have any sort of daylight there, got gobbled up in the backfield.
So that brings us to the end of one quarter here at Spire Institute. The road team, Perry, leading Geneva 13-7. And of course, we had Jalen Anderson and Brandon Mason with 2 rushing touchdowns in that opening quarter. Jalen from 13 yards out, Brandon from 11 yards out. And Charlie Taylor has the only touchdown so far for the Geneva Eagles from a 1-yard plunge across the goal line on our far end of the field. And these two teams will switch sides of the field, and this is a great time to remind you and thank one of our other sponsors this season, Vape Educate. Vape Educate is an online course designed to be completed by middle and high school students. However, it most certainly can be beneficial to anyone interested in learning more about e-cigarettes, vaping, and juuling. Schools are using Vape Educate as an educational program for teachers, parents, and other community members. Visit vapeeducate.com to learn more. That's vapeeducate.com. So thank you so much to them for sponsoring CVC TV this season as well. So out of the huddle, the Eagles come for this opening play of the second quarter. The ball will be spotted on their own 27-yard line, 2nd down and 13. On the end around, Scabona will call his own number for the first time and getting stuffed at the 30-yard line and won't even make it to the 30. That ball, it'll be spotted. We have 2 separate spots here, one from each side judge. You rarely see 2 side judges that far off from each other when spotting the football.
They're a little confused.
One at the 30, one at the 28. So we'll see where the beanbag gets tossed down.
Do it at the 29, right in the middle. How about that?
There was actually a flag on that play, and it looks like a personal foul called on the Pirates. So that'll be 15 yards and a first down for the Eagles.
And that's a killer. I mean, if you're the Pirates, that's a killer. You don't need that sort of messing up there for you right now. You're up right now 6. I mean, you know that Geneva can come back at you at any point in time, especially with Charlie and how great he is running the ball so far.
And yeah, they're having some issues spotting this football here. Signal was personal foul. This usually 15 yards. They'd only moved it 10. They were going to have him go for a 2nd down and 3, but this should be a 1st down and 10. And that ball will be marked at their own 42. So a fresh set of downs for the Eagles. Looked like that foul happened on the back end of that play as well. So
it did, yeah.
So Perry kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit here in this opening half with some kind of those after the play whistle kind of fouls there that coaches will definitely harp on at halftime. Scabona will toss this one out. Looks like Charlie Taylor will catch this football just after a short gain there. Gain of 3 out to the 44-yard line, so bring up a second down and 7.
Yeah, and those screen passes, I mean, they're either great or not. I mean, there is no in between. You never see a screen pass go for 2-3 yards ever, or 5-6 yards. Like what you kind of expect for it. You either get 80 yards on them or they get blown up in the backfield.
My apologies. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line, 2nd down and 7. Scabona will go into the shotgun for the first time in this ball game. Still hand off to Charlie Taylor. Just gets knocked down right at midfield. Gain of 2, and that defensive front for the Pirates is coming up big after that opening possession touchdown by the Eagles.
Yeah, they are trying to dominate the line of scrimmage there for them. And right now, they're doing a fantastic job on this drive. You got to think that they're going to try and come up with some sort of pitch play for Charlie to try and get him out in space to just see what's available out there for 3rd down.
Out of the huddle, the Eagles come 3rd down and 6. They actually marked that. They actually moved the ball back to the 49-yard line on the Eagles side of midfield. And timeout called by Geneva for this 3rd down play. 10:15 to go Perry on top, 13-7. And Paul, some of the things you've kind of seen already early in this football game.
I mean, we came in here thinking that there was going to be a rushing attack going on, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. Both Charlie Taylor and Jalen Anderson have been fantastic, and you love to see it coming from both these squads because it's exactly what they want to do and what they've been doing all year long.
Reminding everybody out there, and thank you to everybody watching the live stream here tonight, or if you are watching on CVC TV on ChagrinValleyConference.com or on our YouTube page at CVC Athletics. During the week, we thank you all for tuning in to this football game. If you are interested in sponsoring CVC TV, I'm sure that this will continue as we go more into the fall sports and as we get closer to winter sports as well. If you're interested in getting involved in sponsoring CVC TV, reach out to the Chagrin Valley Conference at ChagrinValleyConference.com. That's ChagrinValleyConference.com. Out of the timeout, the Eagles come 3rd down and 6 from their own 49-yard line. Scabona in the shotgun. Taylor on his hip, looking up in the air, and that one is just floated and picked off by Perry. Coming up with that football, Connor Zabrebnak, just with waving arms, and will return it over the 40-yard line out to the Perry Pirate 44, and that defense is hyped up as they sprint across to their coaches on the other sideline. The first turnover of this football game, Perry will take over 1st and 10 at their own 44.
I wish we had a monitor to show everyone because I know exactly what he was trying to do. He was trying to throw the out route all the way to the left side, but he threw it on his back foot, which is a big, big no-no there for you if you're Ben Scabona. Once again, another learning opportunity for him, and the very next time that he comes out there, I guarantee you he steps up in the pocket and tries to get that ball off in time.
Perry will come out. Caldwell going under center, that traditional offset I. Left lock leading for Jalen Anderson, looking for the edge here. And good open field tackle there. Looks like Cole Smith, the homecoming king here at Geneva, just announced before the game, coming up with a big play there in open field, getting him right at the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, great job by Cole Smith there for him, and congrats on Homecoming King as well there for him. But that is a very impressive tackle, especially getting Jalen in the backfield. That's something that I haven't seen. I mean, it's very rare to get Jalen in the backfield like that, so great tackle by Cole.
This time Perry will go to that traditional I, and they'll hand off to left lock coming from that fullback position. And Eagles just bouncing off of him as he goes across midfield, out, down, inside Eagles territory, marked at the 47-yard line. And it'll be a 3rd down and short. Looks like a 3rd down and 2 for this Pirate offense.
And left lock hit the spin cycle as well. A lot of these kids out here are playing Madden or something because they are loving that B button right now.
If it's not the B button,
it's the X. It's the B or the X. A's bottom, I believe.
You guys can tell how much I actually play video games. Jalen Anderson will get this handoff, bouncing off of tacklers. Another good open field tackle there by Cole Smith. But Jalen getting a 1st down inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. And they're just chewing up yardage on that field right now.
Yeah, once again, just popping it right off the left side there for him. Jalen's doing a fantastic job running through and running hard and running through people right now. The Eagles right now, they're doing as best they can right there, trying to stop him though.
Caldwell will fake the handoff there, roll out to his right, looking for left lock, and again, not able to connect. You've seen a few of those going over left lock's head already in this football game.
Yeah, just the roll out to the right side. Left lock is, a little bit shorter there for him, 5'10", 185. But if it hits your hands, typically you got to catch it. So he had some wide open space there for him. He probably would have picked up the 1st down had that worked out, but it's just a little high for him.
2nd down and 10 from the Eagles' 37-yard line. Caldwell will hand off to Javin Richards here on the end around once again, and trying to stay on his feet, getting out of a shoestring tackle down across the 25, and that'll be enough for a 1st down once again. Gain of 12 to the 24, and those chains move once again, and they're just chewing it up 10, 12 yards at a time right now.
Yeah, Javin Richards, Mr. Everything for the Pirates. I mean, that sweep motion there for him is exactly what he loves. He's getting some great yardage on these, and it's not the easy yardage, where there's open space everywhere. He's running through people, and that is a great sign for him.
So 1st and 10, just outside of red zone territory. Handoff will go to Jalen Anderson. He'll get that ball to the 20-yard line, a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Pirates.
And that was a tough, hard run there for him. There was a lot of mess right in the middle of there. The defensive line for the Eagles, got a lot of people right there for him, which was great. He only got, 4 or 5 yards there for him. But, we've seen him break off some long runs going through the middle. So that was a great stop by the Eagles.
This time, Pirates will send 3 wide receivers out to the far side, and that's where Caldwell's looking. Left lock will come in for a little bubble screen and gets brought down just across the 15, close to 1st down yardage. Referees right at those markers, and they will tell those chains to move again, and they do get inside that red zone, and ball will be spotted at the 14-yard line, 1st and 10, Perry.
Yeah, if you are the Perry Pirates, you are just loving this opportunity. You got 7:20 left on the clock. You got the rock right now. So just give it off to your big guy and let him go with it.
And this pitch will come out to Jalen, who gets a nice stiff arm, but great pursuit by that Eagles defense to stop him in the backfield. And not sure if you saw who got in on that tackle there, Paulus, but
I saw Brady Pete. I saw Brady Pete out there, and that was, great gang tackle there for the Eagles. Knocked them back. You're looking at, 7 yards knocked them back? So that was a great team tackle effort right there.
And this is homecoming for Geneva, and you see some of those players like Daniel Hall on the sideline after that big defensive play by his teammates, getting this crowd into it. You can hear the energy starting to pick up. Richards will get this end around again and being strung out well by the Eagles defense, and that pursuit to the football, they have found something on these last 2 plays with that Perry offense that is trying to do so much misdirection right now.
They really are, but what I love to see on that play, it wasn't Javin, it was the Eagles defense, because they just held their blocks. They knew exactly what they had to do. They just want to push them outside, get them to run outside, get outside of the box there for them, and then the rest of the team can make the tackle. That was a great smart move by the Eagles defense.
3rd and 13. Eagles 17-yard line. Caldwell back to pass. Gets it in the hands of Jalen Anderson. Cuts it up the middle and goes in untouched again. And this time getting Jalen out of the backfield, out as a wide receiver, a little bubble screen, and he does the rest from 17 yards out, and Perry strikes again. Goes up 19-7, and we do have an Eagles player down in the end zone as they do request the medical team to come across the field there. But again, they have those counter punches right now. Once you think the Eagles defense is coming at them and finding kind of those adjustments in game, Perry has something else in that playbook coming at him.
Yeah, Perry's doing a great job just mixing it all up. We're seeing a lot more passing attempts right now than what we saw in the previous game from a couple weeks back. Caldwell, great little pitch and catch over to Jalen Anderson. Jalen Anderson, what can he say? The guy is so speedy and quick off the motion there for him. It didn't even look like he got touched. He just waltzed right into the end zone. So that was a great pitch and catch with Caldwell and Anderson getting 6 points on the board.
And the defender down for the Eagles was Brady Pete, their running back and linebacker there, 5'11", 170, a junior here at Geneva High School. And
he's been having a solid game so far, so he really is doing a great job. It's unfortunate to see him like that, but thankfully he is walking off on the field by himself.
Yeah, that always good to see when they're able to kind of walk off on their own, under their own power, of course, under the direction of their medical staff, athletic trainer staff here at Geneva. Every school that we have been to, of course, always do a great job of keeping these student athletes safe, and especially in a year like we've had here in 2020, you appreciate those kind of medical field people who are doing such a great job keeping everyone safe and as healthy as possible. This time, Perry will go for the two-point conversion. The pitch will go out to Jalen Anderson. Bounces off of two defenders. Just kind of marches right into the end zone for the two-point conversion. So they go up 2 full scores. 5:43 to go in the opening half. 21 Perry and Geneva 7. And since that opening touchdown drive by Geneva, Perry has been in control.
Yes, they have. They've been doing a great job. Jalen with the pitch to the left side. All he had to do was stiff arm one defender. It's so tough to get a hold of Jalen Anderson in the backfield. Even whenever you wrap up and try and do everything perfectly, he's still going to try and figure out a way to shift, move, get out of that tackle. Great stiff arm by him. Just able to waltz right into the left part of the end zone.
So looks like he is running and catching here on the season. Jalen Anderson with 11 total touchdowns. Of course, he has racked up a pretty good stat line there from the receiver position in those similar bubble screens, kind of coming inside across the middle there. Came in with 7 receptions, 101 yards, averaging 14 yards a catch.
Unbelievable. Those are great statistics to have, and they're going to love it whenever he does that at West Virginia.
This ball will be kicked off to Dylan Hamilton that time, and a better job there as the Pirate Special Teams has had their eyes on Hamilton since those 2 first kickoffs of the game that Geneva did receive. Hamilton really not going much anywhere, gets across the 25. He'll be marked at the 27-yard line. And that's where this Geneva offense will take over, looking to get some sort of spark here as we tick down towards the end of the opening half.
I know you're down. If you're Geneva right now, the Eagles, you're down by 2 scores right now. You still have 5:37 left on the clock. You have plenty of time. We've seen you go out and score in 1 minute and 20 seconds on the opening drive. Continue with that. Just run the ball.
As Charlie Taylor will jump over some defenders going at his legs there. Flag comes in. And wonder if that is for leaping over those defenders. They don't allow you to kind of do those hurdles here in high school football. I'm not sure if there was a hold or if it was the hurdle by Taylor.
That's pretty surprising. I've never heard that rule ever called before. Then again, it's pretty tough to jump people too.
I've seen it several times in high school football, but you see a lot more guys kind of have that little hurdle where
someone's on the ground and you sort of jump over them,
and they will actually pick up this flag. So it looks like they were looking to make that call, but just based on the run there and the traffic in front of them, there was just nothing else for Taylor to do on that run, and he was able to gain 3, and he'll bring up a 2nd and 7 at their own 30.
Yeah, very smart move by the officials there for him. It's just something. I mean, there's such a mess up front. You got to get something. You can't bounce everything out. You got to try and get something up the middle every once in a while. So that was a great run there for Taylor.
5 minutes and ticking here in quarter number 2. Perry leading 21-7, and looks like Scabona, the quarterback, will scamper across the middle and get across the 40-yard line. That's where his knee goes down. It's enough for a first down, a gain of 10, and they get those chains to move. Probably a welcome sight there on that Geneva sideline.
Absolutely, and for Geneva, that was a great jet sweep read motion there for him. What they're looking at whenever he sees that, he's looking to see if the defensive end bites on it or not. He definitely did, so that way he had a free lane open right through the middle. Great run by Scabona.
Scabona will take this snap and hand it off to Brady Pete, who does get back in the football game, which is good to see, coming on that jet sweep motion. Good job there setting the edge by that Pirate defense, but able to gain a couple there, gain of 3 yards.
And those, once again, those are the tough runs that you got to make. You'd like to see them earlier in the games, because towards the end of the game, a lot of the people out there are going to be tired, especially this Perry team. You have so many guys playing both ways that it's going to be very exhausting for them. So that's why for Geneva, you just got to keep running up the middle for them.
Scabona will hand off to Taylor this time, and he will get wrapped up by a host of Pirates there and not letting him skirt through that hole. Gets stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Give him forward progress, actually, out to the 45-yard line. It will bring up a 2nd down and 5, so 2 tough yards there by Taylor.
Very tough running yards there for Taylor. Jaden Anderson was the first guy in that heap for Perry, but once again, great game tackle there for the Pirates.
Out of the huddle they come. Eagles looking to pick up this 3rd down and keep these chains moving, try to get some points here before halftime. And Scabona will roll out on his own, and coming up to make that tackle, Desmond Malone coming up out of his defensive back position there and dropping Scabona for only a 2-yard gain. And so this Perry defense has really made some adjustments throughout this opening half.
They've been playing fantastic so far in this quarter there for them, just stopping them on the game plan there for us. It looks like, I believe they are going to punt this ball.
Yeah, it looks like they are bringing the offensive line out, and they get their special teams unit in. And don't be surprised if they go for a fake here. I mean, you're this close to midfield, might not be a bad idea. As Perry is looking for that same thing, they don't have anyone back, and Geneva will still run this play, and Perry was ready for it. They had no one back, as Paulus points to his head, sitting right next to me. As I was just about to say, a very smart play. You could hear it across the sideline. Watch for the fake, watch for the fake. Perry was ready for it, and they get stuffed short. So Perry will get the ball back, 2:32 to go, all 3 timeouts, and they are already set up in Geneva territory.
The play just took too long. It took too long to see what they were thinking about. It's just one of those gut feelings. If you've been playing football for years, as all of these fans and everyone on the sidelines have been, that was just a poorly executed call by the coach there for them. It should have happened faster if that's what they were planning on doing.
And that high snap really threw off the timing of that play. And Jalen Anderson looking deep for Mason, as trying to use a little bit of trickery now coming out of that playbook. Really going deep is Coach Rosati on that far sideline. But that pass will go incomplete as Mason was streaking down the sideline. That was kind of thrown more as a post route and not able to catch up to it. So
I don't know if that's what it was intended for, but it was. I mean, they're just throwing everything out there right now. They're seeing what sticks and what doesn't. They're having fun with it right now, which is great to see. But you're still not at a comfortable lead. I'd like to see them just continue to run.
This handoff more traditional there for Perry, and flag comes in late there around the edge. Looking like possibly a hold on this play, as 2 referees will come together. Personal foul, face mask actually on the Eagles defense, so that'll tack on 15 to the end of the run, and Perry will be set up nicely here on a 1st down and 10 play as they march off the penalty yardage there inside the 30-yard line at the 27 of the Eagles, and knocking on the door of that red zone and that end zone once again are these Perry Pirates.
Yeah, and the Eagles, I mean, they're just shooting themselves in the foot right now, and you just can't have that. You definitely want to see them try and step up right here because you can't go down more.
And left lock will get that carry. Gets down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd and 7. As we tick under the 2-minute-to-go mark here in the first half. Perry still leading 21-7. 2 touchdowns by Jalen Anderson. 1 on the ground from 13 yards out, and 1 on the ground, 1 through the air from 17 yards out, and of course Brandon Mason on that end around as well. So they've been doing it all and scoring in a multitude of ways already early in this football game.
Yeah, Jalen's been an MVP candidate so far as he gets the ball here.
Gets the ball, still on his feet, dragging defenders with them again. It's just, you just see it on both sides. There is so much power in the backfield for both of these teams. Perry just having the edge right now, and they have that guy in Jalen Anderson, and he will get a 1st down and a 1st down and goal. And right at looks like the 5-yard line, and looking across the field there is those lights shine brightly here at Spire Institute, especially in those corners of each of the sidelines here of this beautiful, beautiful field and facility.
Yeah, and Jalen's been the shining bright light for this Perry offense, but this offensive line has given him great holes to run through.
Anderson will power his way over left guard, 5 yards out this time. Jalen with his 3rd touchdown of the game, 2nd of the rushing variety, and just like that, they get the turnover on downs from Geneva, and they get it into points without even having to use a timeout, and there's still 1:07 left in this opening half, but they are already up 27-7.
They started off this offensive set with a trick play just to see what they could do. And then they got right back down to the nitty-gritty of what they absolutely have to do to try and put this game away. They're only up by, as that goes through, they are only up 3 scores right now. And I say that only up 3 scores, but Geneva has a great opportunity. They have a great offensive line, great rushing attack. I need to see more out of Charlie Taylor. So give him the ball and let him do what he does best, and that's run all over the field.
I want to thank again our presenting sponsor of CVC TV. While we do have a moment before this kickoff here as we wind down the first half, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, of course, being this year's title sponsor. Their practice diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Of course, look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all of those oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs as well. And to get all the information on the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com. This ball gets squibbed across the ground, and Hamilton will bring it back again. And great coverage by the Pirates. Ball down at the 30-yard line. And as Hamilton's been doing a lot of the work there on those kickoffs, being helped up by some of his teammates there. So the Eagles will come out 1st and 10 at their own 30. As minute 2 left here in quarter number 2, trailing 28-7. Paulus, what does this offense need to do to try to score quickly and try to get some of that momentum back in this football game?
Well, with Scabona, I mean, with only a minute 2 left, I mean, you're looking at him. I mean, he hasn't really passed the ball much this year so far. I mean, only 28 attempts coming in on the year with 18 completions. But you'd like to see him try and complete a couple of quick passes.
As gain of 5 there. Looks like Charlie Taylor there on the handoff there, or possibly Brady Pete looked like him coming in on the end around there. And so that'll be out to the 35-yard line, but time is ticking off. They still have 2 timeouts, and there's no real hurry right now for this Eagles offense.
It is, the clock is ticking right now, but if they break off a big play or two, you're going to see them using these timeouts real quick, I think.
As Scabona will be sacked in the backfield. Coming in from his defensive end position, Bryce Harper, who already came in with 5.5 sacks. Give him at least another half, or else a full one there. So doing a great job from that defensive end position, and this quarter is going to come to an end after that sack. The Eagles decide to go to halftime, and of course Perry is all excited and jumping up and down as they go off to their locker room area here at halftime here at Spire Institute. They lead 28-7. Again, 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air by Jalen Anderson, and another end around by Brandon Mason has them up 28-7. The Eagles getting their touchdown, 1-yard plunge from Charlie Taylor. That your halftime breakdown is sponsored by Capwell Financial Advisors, Northwestern Mutual. Thank you so much to them to being a sponsor. We'll be back for all your halftime action after this short break and this message from Capwell Financial Advisors.
This halftime breakdown is sponsored by Capwell Financial Advisors Northwestern Mutual. Capwell Financial Advisors strives to increase capital wellness through clear, comprehensive financial planning. They start by articulating a vivid vision for your financial security, then take quality financial actions to align your money with what matters to you the most. To put your vision into action, contact them today at capwell.nm.com.
Marching Geneva begins their show tonight with this 2012 top Billboard hit by the band Neon Trees. Here is Everybody Talks. Tonight, we recognize our band seniors for their dedication to Marching Geneva. Introducing our class of 2021 seniors, Dylan Acerno on tenor saxophone, Majorette Paige Anderson, Head Majorette Emmy Bryan, Sarah Carrero on flute, Christopher Christine on mellophone, Ian Clunan on baritone saxophone, Connor Deek on alto saxophone, Drum Major Garrett Dempshire, Caden Dewey on trumpet, Maximus Dries on trumpet, M. Fortier on flute, Audrey Fortney on baritone saxophone, Jacob Hollingsworth on bass drum, Drum Major Matthew Corver, and Jake McDaniel on quads. Our band seniors selected this next tune from their freshman marching season. Made famous by the band Imagine Dragons, here is Radioactive. Our seniors' final selection is from their sophomore year, featuring senior majorettes Paige Anderson and Emmy Bryan, and an action-filled saber routine by our 2020 majorettes. Here's the Spanish classic, Malagueña. Give it up for Marching Geneva. Thank you for your attention and kind applause, and enjoy the rest of the game.
This halftime breakdown is sponsored by Capwell Financial Advisors Northwestern Mutual. Capwell Financial Advisors strives to increase capital wellness through clear, comprehensive financial planning. They start by articulating a vivid vision for your financial security, then take quality financial actions to align your money with what matters to you the most. To put your vision into action, contact them today at capwell.nm.com.
Welcome back inside Spire Institute for your CVC TV Game of the Week presented by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, where at halftime the Perry Pirates lead the host Geneva Eagles 28-7, and getting the touchdowns there for Perry in that first half. Jalen Anderson, 3 of them, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air, and of course Brandon Mason with the opening touchdown, 11-yard end around into the end zone. Geneva getting their only touchdown score from Charlie Taylor from 1 yard out. Kevin Arnold alongside me, Nick Paulus, and Paulus in that first half. After those 2 opening drive touchdowns by both teams, Perry just took over and controlled this football game.
Yeah, dominating at the line of scrimmage is the biggest thing that I've seen so far tonight. And obviously, as well as Jalen Anderson just running all over the field. He can do no wrongs tonight so far. But that doesn't mean that Geneva's out of it by any means. Only being down, I say only being down by 3 scores. But we've seen this rushing attack score within a minute and 20 seconds to start off the game. We know that they have a great attack there for him with Charlie Taylor as well as Ben Scabona. So you're definitely going to see them try and come out and do that. If they just stay patient and just roll with how they got themselves here, they've been a great team so far this year. Just continue to roll out with your great offensive talent.
As Charlie Taylor gets us kicked off here in half number 2, this ball will be picked up here on the near sideline, trying to get around the edge, and good open field tackle there, just shy of the 30-yard line, and they will take over. Pirates will take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. And of course, thank you again to our new sponsor, Capwell Financial Advisors Northwestern Mutual, for sponsoring our halftime breakdown. And as we get things going here, what does Geneva need to do, Paulus, to get a stand here on defense to try to get that football back and not allow Perry to continue their dominance early in this second half?
They got to dominate up front. Once again, the offensive line for both of these squads have been great. You want to see Geneva's defensive line try and take over a little bit, and just like this, a great stop up front there for him. It looks like Jalen barely got 2 yards.
Yeah, they'd actually moved that ball back to the 26-yard line. It looked like forward progress on that kickoff return, about the 29, but Geneva getting the spot there back to the 26. Jalen gaining 2 out to the 28, so a good opening play there for this Eagles defense, as you were just mentioning, to be strong up front and execute their dominance up front. Caldwell will fake the handoff to Jalen. He's rolling out to his right, being chased by Charlie Taylor, and he gets around the edge and will get out of bounds across the 30-yard line and out to the 32, a gain of 4. So that'll bring up a third down and 5 here, or actually a third down and 4 for the Pirates. So what looked like a broken play there, no one really open here. Great job by that defensive backfield by the Eagles, and Caldwell able to turn it into something to gain some yards on the end around.
Yeah, Jacob Caldwell had a great mindset there for him, great play action there for him, and then just the rollout. He had nobody open, so he just tried to pick up as much as he had. The Eagles were on him pretty quick too, so that's why he was only able to gain about 3 yards.
So 3rd and 4 in this near hash, a good snag of the pitch there, or the snap by Caldwell. He'll give it out to Anderson, gets around left edge, and aiming for that first down marker there. An interesting spot here. They'll actually spot him a yard short, just going out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Needed to get to across the 35 out to the 36. and just not quite enough there, and looks like they will send in the punting unit here.
Once again, look out for the fake there for him. I mean, this has been a dominant up front there for him. They did just take out the offensive line all the way, so it very well could just be front there for him. But I'm surprised that they're not going for it right here. They've been getting more than enough to get this first, so I'm pretty surprised.
So first punt here for Brian Cox, who will fake this and going nowhere and out to the 25-yard line. He was standing about his 20, got to the 25, and there was a host of Eagles waiting for him. That was a high snap. You wonder if it was the designed fake or if he just pulled it down and ran, didn't feel like he had enough time to get a punt off.
I think it was a design. That's what surprises me. I think it was a design fake there for him. It was just a high snap. At that point in time, you just got to, just take it and just, kick the ball off. It doesn't matter who gets down there. You got to kick that ball.
1st and 10, Eagles at the Pirate 26, and here's their opportunity. 10:54 to go in the third quarter. They'll hand this one off to Charlie Taylor, and that's more of the running that we saw on the opening drive there by Charlie Taylor. He gets down inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line, a gain of 12 and a first down on their first snap of this second half.
Yeah, Charlie Taylor just has that Mike Allstott look. I mean, big, stocky guy who's just going to run straight up the middle. He doesn't care who he hurts in the process there for him. Great run by Charlie Taylor.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, Paul, because I've been trying to think of that name all night.
Mike Allstott, baby. that was my guy. That was my guy back in the day.
This handoff will go to Taylor once again, and making something out of nothing there. That defensive front for the Pirates kind of had him hemmed in, and he's able just to bounce off a couple tacklers there and pick up 6 yards when it looked like he was going to gain maybe 1 or 2 at best.
Yeah, and he is just so dominant whenever he gets the ball in his hand because he can find even just the littlest hole. He's going to try and bust right through it, which is something, once again, after run after run after run, you just feel your dominance over the other team. And this offensive line is doing a great job so far this drive.
Scabona under center. Will take the snap and hand it off to Taylor again. He's got guys dragging, pulling, trying to get him down to the ground some way, somehow, and it's just not working. Just getting the stop there before the end zone, but he goes down at the 1-yard line. So they are set up on their opening possession in the second half just the same way. Shorter distance to go, but just the same way as their opening possession went. You kind of want to see a little bit more of this kind of continue for the Eagles and build that momentum.
Absolutely, and he looked like Dwayne Haskins trying to get away from Myles Garrett the other day because his shirt was getting dragged backwards, but he just kept fighting forward.
As good job there by the Pirates front, but on second effort trying to get in, knee does go down inside the 1, so a gain of a half a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal. And kind of going back to that other play, I would say a better result for the Eagles than the Washington football team this past Sunday at First Energy Stadium.
Here we go, Brownies, here we go. That's true.
Woof, woof. I won't blow everybody's eardrums out watching at home right now, trying to get a little dog bark there, as we have the Eagles and the Pirates doing battle here. Pirates up 28-7, but Eagles on the drive, 2nd and goal. Brady Pete on the end around. Ball came out, but got across the end zone. He did just enough to break the plane. Ball came out after he did. So a 1-yard end around for Brady Pete, who has been doing a lot of the work here tonight on both ends of the field, and he gets rewarded with that 1-yard scamper. And so the Eagles get that crucial touchdown against serve, as I guess you would say. And coming in to try this extra point for the Eagles will be Ethan Yost, who did convert earlier on in this game. And end over end once again. And that does go through the uprights right down the middle. So they cut that lead down to 14 for Perry. 28-14. Perry still leads, 8:49 to go, but you feel a little bit of energy starting to build slowly but surely here as we are situated up in a beautiful press box here at Spire Institute behind the Geneva sideline and their fans.
And that momentum, therefore, might be able to carry them back into this ball game. They're doing a great job, especially on that drive. And then defensively before that, once again, the maybe fake punt, we're not sure about what it was. But, I mean, they stopped them right in the backfield. Great job by them. Offense took them right down the field, just like we were saying, leading back into this half. Charlie Taylor. That's who you got to go with. He got you all the way down there. Brady Pete, great job getting the ball into the end zone.
I want to thank once again our presenting sponsor, CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Of course, with their doctors, Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, who is the CVC commissioner, and doing a great job helping keep CVC TV going, along with Steve Hare there. Also, the doctors, Jill Weber and Jacqueline Tomsick. You can reach out to them for all your dental surgery, implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction needs. For more information on the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, visit their website at www.o8surgery.com. This kickoff gets squibbed across, and Jaden Anderson this time gets able to get his hands on it, gets across midfield inside Eagles territory, and they've been trying to keep that ball away from the Anderson brothers back there on the kickoffs. Not a great job there as Perry kind of moved Jaden up, seeing that they were squibbing those kicks across the field. And he gets across midfield out to the Eagles' 47-yard line. So better field position this time for this Pirate offense on their second possession of this half.
Yeah, and once again, the prize fight is just going back and forth right now. They understand, Perry understands that they're going to start squibbing it, so they're just going to start moving up. They're doing a great job.
Javin Richards coming on the end around here, and stiff arm there by Richards, and just pushing defenders off of him. Getting down inside the 40-yard line, and looks like inside the 35-yard line as well. He gets it all the way down and out of bounds at the 34, and a gain of 13, and they're moving those chains once again.
What a great stiff arm there by Javen. It was just a great overall run there for him, getting those 13 yards there for him. They moved the sticks, and they're moving right down the field right now.
Caldwell in the shotgun, looking to pitch this ball out to Jalen Anderson, and he gets around the edge, and he gets another first down and out of bounds inside that 25-yard line. Gets knocked out of the 23, and after 3 and out for the Pirates, they get that motor going right back again and ramped up.
Yeah, absolutely. Only being up 2 scores right now. You really have to put everything into focus there for them. There's 8 minutes left and plenty of game left for Geneva to make the comeback. So you just want to try and kill as much clock as possible, and hopefully you get down to the end zone and be able to put it in.
So Caldwell will go into the traditional I. He'll hand this one off to the fullback left lock. A better job there by the Eagles, and they'll ride him back. And he gets right back to the line of scrimmage, and not much else there. So Eagles able to stuff him at the line, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. And looking around the CVC right now, last we checked at halftime, Chagrin Falls was up on West G, a big rivalry game between the Tigers and the Wolverines there. It was 15-14 in favor of Chagrin Falls, so a close game there. And game we had last week, or one of the teams we covered last week, Wycliffe, they are up 40-0 over Lutheran East, and that was still with some time left in the second quarter. I'm sure it's at halftime now with a different score. Jalen Anderson hitting that spin button once again. Whatever it is on that game console that you have at home, he's hitting it here tonight live and in person, and defenders are bouncing off of him. He is putting on some highlight runs to add to a recruiting tape that he doesn't need anymore, so he's already going to West Virginia, but still, nonetheless, he gets that ball inside the 10-yard line at the 5, and they're set up 1st and goal with 7 minutes to go.
What a fantastic run there for Jalen. Once again, hitting the B button. I'm looking at the controller for the Xbox right now. It is a B button that he is hitting, and he's hitting it at the right times. Fantastic run for him.
As Richards will come around this end around, looking for that near pylon, he avoids and skips by a defender, and he gets into the end zone. So just like that, Perry strikes right back, get the 5-yard end-around score by Javin Richards, and rewarded for all his work that he's been doing on both ends. We just talked about that with Brady Pete. Richards does the same, and coming in now, Calvin Rowan looking to tack on the extra point to regain that 21-point lead.
And Javin Richards, a great overall run to the right side of the pylon there for him. Just being able to squeak it in is great.
Caldwell gets that ball down for Rowan. Goes end over end, almost sails over the entire field goal post there, but just inside that right upright. And it is 35-14, 6:44 to go. So, again, right now, if you're the Eagles, you can't go and trade touchdown drives. You got to try to put some stops, consecutive stops together. Pirates doing a great job not allowing that and getting that momentum, dragging it right back across the field right now, trying to stay undefeated in CVC play this season.
Your first drive on offense was fantastic. Your first defensive stand on this half for Geneva was fantastic as well. You need to replicate that the rest of the game here for you, because being down the 3 scores, I mean, the clock's starting to tick now. So you definitely need to keep this up if you're Geneva. Once again, you got to go to your main starts. You got to go with Scabona as well as Taylor, and try and maybe mix in a couple extra people in there. Maybe get them off kilter there for them, because they definitely need to step up really quick.
Pirates will come off their sideline. Eagles already set up, ready to go. Dylan Hamilton back deep for the Eagles, as Calvin Rowan has this one teed up at the 40-yard line. Pirates leading 35-14. And this one will be kind of knuckleballed just across the top of the turf. Hamilton coming out with a bunch of speed and just not able to break free of the final line of defenders there on the special teams for the Pirates, but a good return there, a better return, and one like we saw earlier on in this football game, out to the 34-yard line. And Scabona will bring the Eagles offense back out, looking to build on their last drive as an offense.
Yeah, every time that Dylan Hamilton has been getting the touches out there, he's been producing. He's been getting a lot of yards out there. So I'd like to see them maybe try and go with him a little bit. Try and mix it up with him and Taylor. Maybe even Scabona, doing some play action fakes out there as well.
So Scabona will hand this one off to Charlie Taylor. Breaks out of a tackle in the backfield, and he is just bullying his way down this sideline, trying to break free and just getting him down. Javin Richards, along with Connor Zagrebnak, who does have an interception on this game. But if not for those two, Charlie Taylor was just going to try to bully his way through every single one of the 11 defenders on that Pirates defense.
Charlie said, I can take all of you on right now. That was a great, fantastic run there from Charlie Taylor. It looked like he was going to get only a couple of yards and then just started breaking tackles. It's what you love to see about this kid.
And he gets inside Pirate territory down at their 42-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10. Quickly for the Eagles offense, and a play action fake for Scabona going deep, and almost a heck of a grab there by Cole Smith. Again, the homecoming king trying to put a highlight on the offensive side of the football, and he had kind of come in late there as a substitution, and it was just, if he's even, he's leaving kind of route.
It absolutely was. He's coming off the field now, but that was almost Odell-esque sort of catch. That just unbelievable what these kids are doing out there right now. I mean, they are fighting for their lives too right now too.
So Scabona goes right back under center. This end around goes nowhere and gets dropped 3 yards in the backfield there. Clayton Queen getting one of his first touches of the football game here on offense. Actually dropped back 4 yards, back to the 46-yard line. So it goes from 1st and 10 after a great run by Taylor quickly to 3rd and 14. 5.5 minutes left here in this third quarter.
At this point in time, you're going to look for Scabona to try and look for anyone that's wide open. They're not going to bite on the play action. They're going to come at you hard right now. So if I'm Scabona, I'm looking for whoever's going to do the 9 route there for him. It looks like, is that Taylor down there? Charlie Taylor's in the backfield. A hard count.
And Pirates moved across the line. There was a little bit of movement, they will call the infraction there on the Pirates. And 5 yards will get this ball a little bit closer for the Eagles, bringing up a 3rd and 9 instead of that 3rd and 14. There was a little bit of movement on that hard count in the backfield behind Scabona, too, for the Eagles. So lucky there to get that call going the other way and get a few yardage back to make this a little bit of an easier 3rd and long, but still 3rd and long nonetheless. Scabona will stay under center. They will move Queen across the backfield there, throwing in a great throw out beyond the numbers there. A better throw this time, stepping into it, was Scabona, and that'll be a 1st down.
That's probably the best throw he's made all night. I mean, with the game on the line right there, 3rd down and 9, that was a great throw by Scabona.
And tough to tell across the field there. May have been who is coming out of the ball game now, Wyatt Fuderick coming across there to get that 9-yard reception at the Pirate 32-yard line, just getting enough for that 1st down. And so able to convert there on 3rd down, and Eagles set up with this 1st and 10. More play action fake going up over the top, and that one gets picked off again. And just going out of bounds, that pass kind of taking them out of bounds, but the Pirates get the 2nd interception, 2nd turnover of the ball game thrown there by Scabona. And looked like maybe Desmond Malone on that far sideline getting that interception there.
Yeah, I believe it was Desmond Malone that got that. But once again, I wish I had the monitor right here, because going from his best throw tonight to probably his worst. And it's unfortunate because he's going off of his back foot. If he just steps up like he did the previous throw, that's a completion. That might be a touchdown if he just steps into it, because you're going to get extra yardage. You're going to be able to just cut right through all of that. It's unfortunate, but he is definitely going to learn from it.
So Pirates will take over, and this handoff will go to Jalen Anderson, and he is just running through everybody. He is across midfield and just getting behind him. Good hustle on the play by Scabona and Pete from the Eagles, or else Jalen Anderson was off to the races there. He did get across midfield inside the 45-yard line of the Eagles at the 43-yard line. So just like that, this Pirate team give up 1 touchdown, and they are back to dominating up front on both sides of the football.
The Eagles need to step up right here, right now. This defensive line needs to put the pressure on the Pirates' offensive line and try and bust it up the middle, because right now Jalen Anderson is rushing. Whatever he wants to do, he's able to do it. Just like that. That's a great tackle just for a 1-yard gain from a left lock.
Yeah, left lock getting the carry there. Kind of their short yardage back there, but has been able to kind of skirt out of the backfield here, get a couple catches, and has kind of found himself in some green turf in moments here, just trying to bully his way up the middle. Kind of that, kind of their Charlie Taylor with not as much of the breakaway speed there, but good stop there by the Eagles defense. So 2nd and 10, and they will pitch this one out to Jalen Anderson, and he is just chewing up yardage on that left side of their offensive line, right side of that Eagles defensive line, and it just seems like as soon as he gets that pitch, he's already got 5 yards of grass in front of him, and he's doing the rest.
The offensive line is pushing everyone out of the way. That was just a fantastic little pitch play for the offensive line. Jalen Anderson, once again, like you said, already getting 5 yards. As soon as he catches it, he is free 5 yards, and then he can bust through a little bit more there for him. But he stays in bound to keep the clock going. Very smart.
And this time, left lock, the short yardage back, will do his job to get the 1st down, as it was 3rd and 1, and he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line, a gain of 4 on that run, and they are having that clock run as the chains get set, and Perry in no hurry to get these plays in. They are just running that clock, controlling tempo. I read an article from John Camp of the News Herald, who does a great job there and assists with CVC, our website here at ChagrinValleyConference.com, saying that Geneva wanted to control tempo and keep Jalen Anderson off the field. Perry is doing exactly the opposite and keeping them on the field, and now they are controlling tempo as they are just there with Anderson on the run again and another gain of 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, it's just consistent. I mean, Jalen Anderson, once again, as soon as he touches the ball, it looks like he has a free 5-yard carry, no matter what. And that's, once again, that's a problem that the Eagles definitely need to take care of right now. I need to see this defensive line step up big time right here on this play.
1:45 to go in the third quarter. Perry leading 35-14, and on the drive again, Caldwell rolling out to his right and has a connection, has a man out there, and bringing that one in, Mateo Aguirre Shaw, and I wanted him to catch a few more passes because I love saying that name for the Pirates there, and a gain of a first down once again. And this Perry Pirate offense is just clicking on all cylinders, kind of where we saw them last time we covered them here on CVC TV. Javin Richards will come on the end around once again, coming from right to left this time. Better defensive job there by the Eagles as Scabona and a few other defenders getting out there to set the edge, not allowing Richards to turn the corner as he did just a little bit ago on his 5-yard touchdown run.
Fantastic play there for the defense. You need to keep that up the next 3 plays because you know that they're going to go for it. They're that close to the end zone. They can smell blood. You know that's exactly what they want to do.
Caldwell will bring him back out. They will be in this offset eye. One wide receiver out to the far side, one near side to the right. Handoff goes to none other than Jalen Anderson and gets a gain of almost 10 yards there, maybe just a yard shy. Looks like they need to get across the 5 for a first down. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1, but it just looks so simple right now for Jalen.
9 yards a pop. I mean, at least 9 yards a pop there for him tonight. He is performing out of his mind, like what we saw last week. It looks like, I think, yeah, they're just going to let the clock run and let it go to the fourth quarter, being up 3 scores.
Yeah, so as we tick down to triple zeros here in the third quarter, Perry happy to just walk over to their sideline, get some final instructions from Coach Matt Rosati before this 3rd and 1 play coming up inside the 5-yard line as we will switch ends of the field once again. Referees will march down and both teams will move their players down here to the near side as we are more so here on the near side of this beautiful Spire Institute. Again, Perry leading 35-14 on this CVC TV Game of the Week, presented to you by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. And, you know, with this clock just ticking down and yardage being chewed up by the run here by the Pirates and even on the other side by the Eagles, be a great time to thank both of our big-time sponsors here on CVC TV. Of course, the presenting sponsor being that Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. They will diagnose and treat your facial pain and injuries and offer you a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Of course, for all of those needs, please look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. And please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com. That is www.ohsurgery.com. We thank them for all their support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. And we also want to thank Vape Educate as well. And we will, as we get this play just about to be kicked off here in the fourth quarter, we remind you about all of our sponsors here as we get through this fourth quarter. Caldwell will lead out the Pirates, leading 35-14. And looks like they are going to take a timeout right at the start of the fourth quarter there. It sounds like Coach Rosati may have been tapping into the headsets we got up here calling the game, knowing that we have some sponsors to thank here. So we will thank Vape Educate as well. And Vape Educate is an online course designed to be completed by middle and high school students. However, you can also use it to benefit anyone who is trying to learn more about e-cigarettes, vaping, and juuling. Schools, of course, are using this program to educate parents and community members, and teachers are using it in the classroom to educate all people in each community on the harmful elements of e-cigarettes, vaping, and juuling. Please visit their website at vapeeducate.com to learn more. So this handoff will go to Aiden Leftlock at the first play of the fourth quarter. Quick timeout there for the Pirates to kind of get their guys set out there, and Leftlock will do what he has done all night long, get that short yardage on the field there. Didn't come in with too many yards. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, he did come in with 141 yards on the ground, but he's the one to get those short yardage gains after Jalen Anderson goes for 8 or 9, and they have a first down and goal at the Eagle 2-yard line.
Yeah, he's the perfect, the perfect second back there for him. The perfect little fullback for him because he's nowhere near as big as Jalen, but he's able to get in those tight spaces that Jalen might not be able to.
And Jalen Anderson will just waltz his way over right guard and into the end zone. Touchdown, Perry Pirates. And again, none other than Jalen Anderson getting his 4th score of this football game. And that one from a much shorter distance than what we've seen prior, 2 yards out. And they are an extra point away from taking a 28-point lead early in this fourth quarter.
Jalen with 4 scores is unreal. I mean, it's an average night for him, basically, but getting 4 touchdowns in one game, I couldn't even imagine getting 1 touchdown in a game, let alone 4. So the kid is doing a fantastic job, not just tonight, all season long.
So the extra point does go through the uprights. And Paulus, are you telling all of the viewers out there in your high school days you never got a chance to run the football, not even as like the big man touchdown or anything like that?
Unfortunately not. Now, I was a great backyard football running back, a fullback. I had a bad stiff arm, mighty bad stiff arm, back out in backyard football, but I never got to run the rock for high school. That is the one regret I wish I had.
The only time I've really kind of ever played some tackle football, of course, you got the Thanksgiving kind of turkey bowls and stuff.
But
yeah, back in high school with our percussion line, drum line that we had back in the high school days, before each game we would actually have a game of football beforehand all the time. And if not for each kickoff, I was just running down the field. No one was going to catch me. Other than that, I try to stay away from some of the.
Yeah, I was a little too fat, so just running down the field.
All right, this kickoff will come to Dylan Hamilton, and he gets out across the 30-yard line, brings it out to the 34-yard line, and they do have they are able to get some yardage out of those kickoffs, but it's just this Perry defensive front. What does Geneva need to do? Down 4 scores right now, 11-13 left in the ball game. What is Coach Chip Sorber telling his team coming out of this offensive huddle?
I mean, at this point in time, down the 4 scores there for them, they got to start doing uncomfortable things. They got to start passing the ball. Only coming in, Scabona only coming in with 28 attempts on the year. He's passed a couple of times, couple of good passes, couple of bad ones. He needs to step it up this quarter to try and get him back in the game.
So it looks like we have backup quarterback in the game right now, taking that snap for the Eagles. Looking through and seeing, looks like a number 8, but some of those great red and gray uniforms, almost Ohio State-esque there.
Might be Josh Cupp.
As do have that change at quarterback there. So looking along the sideline here to see if where Scabona is. I may be hard of seeing colors, but not numbers. That looks like a number 8. And looking at the roster, I do not see one as of right now. We'll try to get a better look at that here in just 1 second.
It might be one of the 9th graders that we have, Luke Smith, Matt Wright, or Giovanni Rice.
As waiting for the PA announcer to kind of help us out there for as the quarterback did carry on his own there, gain of 1 out to the 35-yard line. I think they're even looking at their rosters as well. So we will.
At this point in time, sorry to cut you off, at this point in time for Geneva, once again, you're just trying to figure out things that are going to work for next week's game plan. And that's kind of how it's going to work from here on out. Playoffs are starting next week. This is great teams. Both of these teams are really, really good. Now you just got to find out, what sort of mental capacity your team has.
As the end around will come here to Dominic Quinn, and he gets out near the 40-yard line. And that it will be spotted right there, and a flag comes in really, really late, and the referees will stop the clock here. And it looks like an early call. It looks like it's indicated against the Pirates.
I believe it's an unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yep.
Against the Pirates.
Yeah, and that's, once again, the Pirates are up 42-14 right now. It doesn't matter. Those are stupid penalties. And that's something that I guarantee you the coaching staff for the Pirates is going to talk to that player, whoever it was out there that made the comment or, did something after the play. They're going to get reamed for it, and they're going to start doing some laps after practice.
So Eagles will break the huddle here, and that ball gets moved across midfield out to the Pirate 46-yard line, and they will come out in their traditional under center look and end around, fumble on the play. Ball gets dropped to the field, and coming up with that football will be the Perry Pirates. And just looking through, we're going to start digging deep through these rosters right now, as this game has gotten a little bit away from the Eagles here on their homecoming game. Looks like coming up with that was number 88, Logan Cassiano. And apologies, we do want to try to represent both schools and all of these student athletes well, because we talked about it last week. Don't always get an opportunity, even with a couple of the bigger schools like Geneva and Perry in that Chagrin division, the bigger division of the CVC. Don't get many opportunities to be on TV, and definitely want to represent them well and give them those opportunities to see what they were able to accomplish on the field. So left lock will get this carry for the Pirates. He's down inside the 20, cuts back, trying to beat one defender, and he gets inside the 10, inside the 5-yard line, and he takes it from their own 49-yard line just inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. And a gain of 47 on first down and 10. They still have their starters in on offense, and they're trying to put this game away here on this drive.
Yeah, I think Left Lock heard us from up here saying that he only gets the short yardage carries, and he just busted that one right out for almost a 50-yard gain. Great run by Left Lock.
I think he heard me say that
right.
He may not have had the
I didn't
breakaway
want to throw
speed.
You underneath it. Yeah,
Hey, I'll throw myself under the bus. It's okay. Did that after our game last week as well. Short gain there for the Pirates. A couple of one of the touchdowns that we called last week. I even got thrown off by some of these end arounds and some of this misdirection that these teams are pulling out there. We're looking straight out at the field, and sometimes you get caught ball watching or lack thereof.
Yeah, it looks like a Perry Pirate is on the ground hurt right now. I can't see the number, but it is, definitely hoping for the best. It looks like it's a cramp.
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate,
right.
But, he is getting stretched out on the field right now. Hopefully, it's nothing serious.
So as we have a moment here and join you back up in the press box, able to get to his feet there. So looks like number 65 there for the Pirates, Joey Conroy, their center, or 55 actually, Jimmy Caleburn, the 5'11", 185-pound left guard for the Pirates, able to walk off under his own power. And again, to all these student athletes and the training staffs on these sidelines, doing a great job keeping everyone safe and everything like that out here on the field. And you can just see, both crowds bringing out great amount of people. Geneva with their homecoming, of course, but you see the social distancing, you see all the protocols in place because high school football wants to continue into the playoffs. Left lock gets that handoff, and he gets stopped just shy of the goal line. And it'll bring up a 3rd and goal with 7:40 left here in the ball game. And he'll be marked at the 1-yard line. So 1 yard to get across the end zone. But Perry and Caldwell coming out from Coach Matt Rosati not in any hurry. They have really slowed the tempo of this football game down.
And as they should. I mean, they know that they have the game in hand, and they just want to try and get out of here with a win. Maybe get another score there for for Jalen. There he goes.
Might as well get another one there for Jalen Anderson to keep adding to the total. That is his 4th rushing touchdown of the game, 5th overall, and from 1 yard out, Jalen Anderson just keeps pouring it on for the Pirates, and they are up 48-14 here with 7:12 left, and their kicker, Calvin Rowan, will come back to kick this one through the uprights, and ball down, kick up on its way, just as every other single one he's been able to connect that right foot with here tonight. Goes through the uprights, and it is 49-14, which also means, due to Ohio High School Athletic Association rules, we are in a running clock scenario with the Pirates leading more than 30 points over the Geneva Eagles. So as soon as the head referee gives that signal, swings his arm in a circular motion and gives the clock operator the indication to run it, that clock is going to continue to run unless there is a dire need to stop the clock here tonight.
Yeah, and right now it looks like the Eagles are going to be getting this ball. They've been running out, over the last couple of drives. They've been running out a lot of what seems to be younger. Some of the younger players that they have out there, just to try and get them some time out on the field, which is necessary. I mean, this is a shortened year. You'll love to see all of those players out there, getting their opportunity, getting their chances to prove something and put something out there on film for future use, future coaching. Even you can see a lot of these younger kids coming up and getting really, really good film out there for possible recruiting, later on.
So Hamilton able to take that one from his own. He got driven back to his own 7-yard line, gets it out across the 30, out to the 31. And he just been a couple moves short of breaking one of these kickoffs for a touchdown. So as the Eagles come back out, and you mentioned that they are bringing some of the younger guys in to get them some experience, with a lot of these teams that we've seen throughout the year on CVC TV, kind of getting some of their main guys running both sides of the football, sometimes all 3 facets of the football, depending on the length of the roster. You're going to assume that those rotations, coaches are going to hope that they're in a position in the playoffs where the rotations are going to be shortened, as the referees will Geneva calls a timeout there. Late substitutions kind of coming on there. Some of the younger guys trying to get in the football game.
Yeah, Geneva's just looking to try and get as many people out there as possible. They only had 10 on the field, and whenever they broke that huddle, they tried to run out the 11th out there. Coach smartly called the timeout to try and get everyone back into place and get the proper call out there on the field. That what you want to see.
Yeah. So this is one of those scenarios where the clock will stop with 6:37 left in the 4th quarter. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Perry leading 49-14 here at Spider Institute. We want to take one of our final opportunities here to thank our presenting sponsor of CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Of course, doing a great job over there. We want to thank Drs. Keith Snyder, Jill Weber, Jacqueline Tomsick, and of course, our very own CVC Commissioner, Don Lewis, for all of their assistance and support of CVC TV. Of course, we've mentioned it several times tonight, but just to remind you, their specialties include that dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. That is www.ohsurgery.com. We cannot do this without you. So coming out here will be the Eagles offense, and some of those younger guys are in the game, and just handing it off there, going right up the middle. Looks like trying to see a number as he turns back to us.
Number 30, I believe.
So Jacob Wilson, a 6', 190-pound sophomore running back for the Eagles, getting his first carry of the ball game. Gain of 3 out to the 35, bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, and Christian Bradbury is entering the game as well on the offensive line. 6', 270 senior.
And coming out here to the near side, there'll be Connor Boland, And again, end around, the quarterback will just keep this one and gain about 5 yards across the 40 out to the 41-yard line, bring up a 3rd and short, a 3rd and 1 here for the Eagles offense. So young guys getting in the ball game and able to move the football. That offensive line doing a great job there of kind of getting that push here late in the ball game.
And I know it's late. I know there's a lot, there's been a lot of scoring, but you just love to see this Eagles team just fight and claw and just do everything possible to get these yards.
And looks like Wilson able to carry some defenders with him, so showing some power there on that run, and gets right out to midfield, and that'll bring up a first down. Chains will move, but that clock just continues to tick, tick, tick as we tick to the 4:30 to go mark here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, if you're the Pirates, once again, you're up 49-14. You just want to get out of here healthy. The clock's running, so you're just trying to do everything possible, but you still want to give effort. You don't want to try and give up any more yards or points, to anyone.
And that time, Wilson getting stuffed in the backfield. Going to be a loss of 1 on the play. So looking ahead for both teams there, as getting on that tackle was Laomi Sunmono, getting in on that tackle, getting some playing time here, the backup defensive lineman for the Pirates. 6'2", 225. You can bring in someone like that, 6'2", 225, after what you've already had in the ball game. You got some talent over there.
I was going to say, I figured that you wanted to say his name, Sunmono, there for him.
Yeah, we were talking about that before the ball game there, and again, that Pirate defensive line now showing the young guys on their side showing some fight and getting in the backfield. Another loss on that play back to the 46-yard line of the Eagles. So we'll bring up a 3rd and 15. And looking ahead for both of these teams, they do start the playoffs next week, as it's a shortened season here in COVID era of 2020. 6 games for everybody. Everybody does make the playoffs, and then if you do have an early out, you're able to schedule a few more games there to get close to that usual 10-game regular season mark. Geneva is in Division III, Region 9 in the Ohio High School Athletic Association state playoff bracket. They are actually the A seed, and they do not get a bye, even coming in at 5-0, and all these seedings were done last week, so this game does not impact that, as Wilson will get carry back over midfield, back to the original line of scrimmage, plus an extra yard there, so he gets into Pirate territory at their 49-yard line. So they will actually face Harvey next Friday, and they will host that game, as they are the higher seed in that ball game. They just beat Harvey last week, Geneva did, 48-12, so they're going to get that matchup once again here on their home field.
All right, so, I mean, if you are Geneva, you are looking possibly ahead. Once again, you want to try and get all these kids some playing time, though, because, honestly, it's the right thing to do. I mean, you're down 49-14. There's 2 minutes left in the game. You might as well get some of your younger, freshmen, sophomores out there. Try and get them, as prepared as possible, because, honestly, they're one play away from getting out on the field and being your starter. So you never, wish for injuries or anything like that, but honestly, these kids need to get as much practice out there, because it's already been, like you said, a shortened season due to COVID.
Yeah, so Geneva actually takes this timeout here. They'll have 1 remaining, 1:57 to go, still trailing 49-14. Pirates in control of this football game, and we want to remind everyone watching out there that if you do want to sponsor CVC TV, reach out to the Chagrin Valley Conference and to Steve Hare and Don Lewis there. We'll get in touch with you if you reach out to them at chagrinvalleyconference.com. And after this play here, we'll look ahead to the Pirates playoff scenario that they have in front of them, as this will just be a pooch punt down the right sideline there, and it'll go out of bounds. Referee will mark that one out of bounds at the 20, as he continues to walk up and down the sideline trying to figure out where to go there. We've had some spotting issues here tonight, but other than that, done a great job here by this referee crew that we've had here this evening. That'll be marked at the Pirate 32. So the Pirates, they are in Division 4, Region 13. They are actually the 4th seed. They, with the coaches' votes, they got the 4th seed. They have a bye week, and they won't play until the 17th. So they're actually going to be playing on Saturdays as part of Division 4. They get the winner of CVCA and Edgewood. Edgewood, a team the Perry Pirates beat 50-0 in their opening game of this season. End around coming here for the Pirates and getting across midfield. So a great change of direction there for the Pirates, and digging deep into their roster as well.
Yeah, it looked like number 22, I believe.
Looks like Zach Petrotitis getting that carry there for.
It was a great run by him. I mean, he found out, on the right side of the line where he was originally supposed to go. Unfortunately, he was blocked up there for him. He had all the room in the world to run to the left.
And another good run there for the Pirates, getting out of bounds there as we tick under the minute to go mark there. On that last carry there, that was Zach's 5th carry of the game, but he is averaging, or 5th carry of the season. He's actually averaging over 5 runs, 5 yards on the season. And that last carry there, trying to dig through their roster as well. As you get deeper and deeper coming off those sidelines, some of these rosters don't always look into that. Some of these teams do focus more on their 2-deep roster and some of those rotations that they have. As Petrotitis will look to throw that one. That one actually goes incomplete, but this clock will continue to tick, and we tick under the 10-second to go mark, and that's going to do it. So Geneva came in looking to be the first team to beat Perry in regular season play, in CVC regular season play since 2015. They are not able to do that. They will drop to 5-1 on the season, 4-1 in CVC play, and Perry will go to 5-1 in their 6 games, undefeated in their CVC Chagrin conference matchups. Now, of course, this season being shortened, there is no conference champion in each one of these divisions. We saw possible celebrations last week as well for that, and they are all excited over there. They will probably say technically they did win it, but not able to face all of the teams in their division. There are no division winners this year. So we'll keep it right here for the last couple moments here of this ball game. And tonight's on your CVC TV Game of the Week, presented by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. The Perry Pirates get the win 49-14. And as we kind of assess what happened in this football game here, Paulus, just give me your thoughts on how this game transpired based on where we saw it start to where we saw it finish.
On a cold, chilly night, Jalen Anderson was red hot. You couldn't stop him or this offensive line to save your lives. And once again, for Geneva, I mean, it's not like they didn't try. I didn't see any kids out there quit or do anything like that. No kids holding their head down. Everyone was doing a great job. It's just, I mean, this Perry offense is ridiculous. Let's be honest. I mean, Jalen Anderson was running all over the field. You couldn't stop him. Jaden Anderson was great as well. Jacob Caldwell. I mean, Javin Richards was Mr. Everything tonight. This Perry team is going to go far. Mark my words, they are contending for that championship no matter what. State championship. They are that good and that dominant.
No, we know it. Yeah, they're one of those powerhouses in Division 4, especially in that Region 13 up here in Northeast Ohio. You look on the other side for the Eagles, they had good opening drives to each half here tonight, just not able to get that running game that has been so dominant all season long. I mean, they came in with over 1,500 yards on the ground here before tonight. But it was that rushing attack of Jalen Anderson who came in with 2 games of over 200 yards. I'd be interested to see if that's a hat trick for that. Where do the Eagles need to go from here now that they are starting the playoffs? What is that message that Coach Tripp Sorber is giving in this post-game speech as they kind of watch Perry celebrate coming off ther field, and he has all the kids looking at it? What is that message that he's giving them?
I think Coach is doing the right thing. He's having the kids out on the field, watching Perry walk off this field in victory. He's telling those kids, do you want to feel like that? Do you want to feel like the winner that I know you can be? It wasn't proven tonight, but starting the playoffs off next week, the opponent that they just faced, that they're going to be playing in the playoffs last week, they put, 30 up on top of them before. So, going into the playoffs, you have the person, ahead of you that, ahead of your schedule, that you're going to be able to dominate them if given a plus effort, like I'm sure that they did last week. It's just one of those things where you got to stick with what got you here. And once again, that was Charlie Taylor. Charlie Taylor was fantastic all night, running, blowing up plays, and I mean, just getting straight through the line. It's unfortunate that he wasn't able to get more out of it, because at some point in time, you got to start throwing the ball too. And even though they tried to run back into it, it just wasn't enough. And I really do think that this Geneva team, even though they got technically blown out tonight, they're going to find themselves this week and put on a dominant performance next week.
So both teams will look to get their playoffs off to a good start there in their opening games. Of course, Perry will have a week off, so they will have 2 weeks to prepare for their first playoff opponent. Geneva will get it all started next week against Harvey here at home. So that will wrap things up for us here at Spire Institute tonight. We want to thank them for their hospitality tonight. We want to thank everyone that tuned in tonight to the broadcast for this great CVC and finale of the regular season coverage of CVC TV. We will be back for playoff action as long as they will allow us to broadcast those games, as we know that some of the TV markets have some of those rights to those playoff games as we get closer and closer to the end. But your final here from Spire Institute: Perry 49, Geneva 14. For all of our crew here, Jim Wagner, Peter Tellep, Jacob Tellep here tonight, and along for my broadcast brother, Nick Paulus, I'm Kevin Arnold, telling all of you watching here tonight to have a wonderful evening, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time here for the next broadcast on CVC TV.